Welcome back, guys, to Fire Emblem as we push closer and closer to retaking Castle Caelin with only these troops in front of us. Now we've done most of our turn at this point in time with our Myrmidon guy in the background here, and Lowen that still yet to move. I'm not sure if we will move him just yet. I'll move Sane up a little bit more. But we've got our guys, Lindis and Will, still trying to join up with the rest of our troops. And, well, a certain lord over here, Hector, needing some healing, let's put it that way. So we end the turn and see how the next turn plays out. As our advance continues, lances beat swords. So Florina's going to take some extra experience here. Nicely done. In fact, probably about to take another hit as well, and the Axeman comes in on Lindis, but Lindis will deal without this one, well, without too much of a problem, I'd imagine. A double attack goes in. I could level up Wilmore here, but to be honest, it's best to get our Lord's levels up as much as possible, so Lynn's going to deal the next blow. However, swords being accurate, it seems they're really hitting Florina. But Florina's doing her best to do some damage back. And now lances on swords isn't so good. But I think you'll find your defeat is nearly made. Right then, so it's all about how we play this next. We've lost a little bit of HP across the troops here. We still have more troops coming in. Florina, for example, I would like her to take out that guy, but it's going to be a close run thing in terms of HP. Right. Eliwood, however, has a support conversation going on, but to be honest, we need to deal with the troops around us before we do anything of the sort. So, let's first of all get Hector back up and running, eh? He'll heal you all the way. Top him up, Priscilla. That's how we do things. Right, so Eliwood could finish off this knight without much of an issue here. Also, Florina could take on that one. It's just now getting that one out of our way. Or we could go in with Rebecca and finish off this other one. Or not, as the case may be in terms of HP. Well, I don't think anyone can reach Rebecca next turn, let's put it that way. So we may as well get her in to do the tiny amount of damage that she can. Or not so tiny, but assisting. Let's put it that way. Right then. Lord Eliwood can of course defeat this foe without much of an issue, though if we were using the rapier there, wouldn't we have done tons more damage? It would have worked out so much better for us. It is a strong weapon against cavalry. We'll continue to use our iron sword at the moment though, just because it's gonna knock him out. Another KO game for me. So we keep on keeping on, right. Now, if I remove you, the main problem is that the other guy here is going to come into attack. So how much attack damage can you do if you hit Florina at this point? 9. It would leave her in a nice HP value if you think about it in terms of the fact that she'll still be alive. So she could just finish off this enemy for me and then take on the next attack. It's not exactly an impossibility after all. So, the Slim Lance wouldn't double, so an Iron Lance it will be. The other option is I can move Hector into the front line, of course, to take some more damage. With Florina leveling up there, I'll let her take the extra hit. Strength leveling up as well, a defense level up would be quite nice for me, but still, I do appreciate that. So we've got troops over here. We could get some experience by healing Matthew. Oswin needs to go back to defending Mr. Tent. That's for sure at this point in time. So we'll move on Erk. Keep Matthew around, I don't know. Let's just heal Matthew at the time being. We want to get him some more experience, so we do want to get him back into battle. That one heal will be enough to get Sarah another level up. And their buddy-buddy relationship seems to continue. It's too bad they can't do a support or anything like that at this point in time. Right. We could send Hector out to face Mr. Knight over here. To be honest, would that draw any more troops in from distance? And to be honest, they'd all be clamoring around Hector then at that point in time, but we're not going to take much damage back, so there's not much risk in going at it, is there? Hector, our strong lord. Strong he is. Nothing's really going to battle back against you, is it? So, Lyn, we'll finish off this foe, and then we'll get you back on the moving trail, eh? Our lords lap up some more experience. Right then, onwards we go. Let's catch up with everyone else there, Will. We got all our horsemen coming along here. Well, I've been told in the comments that it's most apt to raise a certain sir that we're using right here. You can equip this, can't you? You can indeed. So there's a swordman coming in. He might go for you, Sane. So with that said, we'll join up our Myrmidon, and Bartre, you can stay in the back line still. Basically, you're rolling things. We've moved most of our party members at this point in time. All we can really do is continue to move upwards. And so in come even more troopers. Right then, the steel sword does barely anything. The iron axe will do the job. Now, will the other guy move over to Florina? However, she will indeed. As I expected, but can only do 9 damage to her. Or less than 9 damage, as it turns out. 5 damage, so Florina worked out quite well there. Maybe I read the overall attack thing wrong yet again. Right then, my phase comes back, so here we go with the healing of Florina. Back and battle ready, and with even more experience gained on her as well. Our Pegasus Knight is something to raise because of its overall, well, being able to get around the place and do damage. So with that said, I already have a soft spot for Florina, as people may have noticed during the prologue. Raising her up as high as I can, so here we go. Let's get moving forward once again. No one really can stop me at this point in time, though I do not really want to move Hector into range of Mage Man. So with that said, we need a high-res unit, and hey, look, we have one of those, don't we? Which is part of the reason I'm raising her so diligently. The other thing we could have done though was the support conversation. Bah! Must remember, must remember. So with our troops continuing to move upwards, let's keep it on. Go, 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 Lindis! You've got a bit of catching up to do, that's for sure. We may as well use a vulnerary now. Just keep yourself safe, Lyn. Probably a bit of a waste at that point in time, but just in case any more reinforcements come from that direction, I need to know you're covered. As our knights move up, there's tons of healing opportunities for those who want it. Right, though Sarah's going to have to move along a bit. Oh no, Sarah doesn't have to move to get some more heals. Urk is fine. Urk will gain. Okay then, let's get you into more HP. Well, okay, you'll be stuck in the mountains either way at this point in time, so no movements for you, and Oswin guard the tent. Only 3 troops remain. We're doing nicely, and we're continuing on. So, shall we get this support conversation done? Hi, Hollywood! It's good to see you're still well. You expected otherwise? Well, is this a conversation we should have been having a ton earlier? No, of course not. I knew you'd be fine. Hector, wait for a moment. What did you want? Nothing. It's enough to see that you live and are still fighting. Just wanted to make sure you weren't overdoing it with me not around. Well, we weren't that far away on the battlefield. I should say the same to you. Me? Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I build tough, you know. A little too much is just enough for me. But you've never been a hardy one, Eliwood. Nor are you used to travel. Go on too long and you'll collapse. We're all weaklings compared to you, Hector. Thankfully, wars are not won by strength alone, eh? We've been sparring once every 2 months since we were 12. And of 30 matches, 14 I won, 12 I lost, and 4 were draws. Huh? I think not. I recall 31 matches, even 13-13 split, with 5 draws. Yes, well, you recall wrong. I'm in the right. What makes you so certain? Whose snoring was it that shook the rafters in numbers class? Ah, good point. Still, I'm touched you were worried about me. Now, back to the fray! Hey, wait! Blast! Okay, their support level increased, which should increase their power when they're near each other or something along those lines. For the time being, we keep moving along with what we're doing. So with that said, it's time to get healers into position to heal the troop that needs it most. And at this point in time, isn't it more just Hector again? Hector, you constantly need healing, sir. And the other bit of mischief comes into getting rid of a bowman. When that guy can move around and not being in range to take too much damage from everything else. So, if Florina moves in, can she double? She can double up indeed. Do some nice damage here and make sure this steel bowman doesn't have a chance of lowering. Florina's levels continue to go up. Indeed they do. She's at the same level as our lures at this point in time, I think. Strength goes up as well, and defense. What a nice level up indeed. So with that said, that should lure you, shouldn't it? Which I'm pretty sure Florina is equipped to deal with. Now, apart from that... Okay, that's how far you can go. What's our next res unit, in case we want to pick someone to come out here? Well, to be honest, we've got pretty much all our main fighters in the front lines. I wouldn't say any, and... Oh, wait a second, I'm trying to get Matthew. There we go. Onwards you go. Let's see what happens if we just leave it at that. We'll move in more people as it comes. Let's pull out the enemies one by one. First of all, oh, you can actually reach Eliwood from there. Well, that I wasn't expecting, but you did not hit. And that I'm happy with. Except for troops are appearing in the back lines. Right then, we've got horses. We've got horses by their ton, and they can reach Oswin on top of that. So with that said, we're going to position you quite nicely. Right, so it's basically more experience is coming from over here. So do we want to finish this level just yet, or do we want to get our little bit of extra grinding off of them? Questions. Well, our Iron Sword can hit twice here, but he can hit me for 13 back. Apart from that, I want to know exactly who can do what damage where, and who can get the experience that they possibly desire. So, of course, Rebecca is level 6 at the moment, if I'm right in saying. 659. Matthew's level 6 as well. Let's go in with these two, eh? First of all, a bow shot. This just creates more healing opportunities for a certain lady, after all. And secondly, a double stab should finish the job, shouldn't it? But you have a crit rating against me, that's not good. I don't want you to crit Matthew. And Matthew finishes nicely. Give me all that experience. Don't check if I need to thieve anyone, but to be honest, we got ourselves a thunder anyway, so we'll pass that on indeed. In the meantime, however, let's start healing up the troop HP lost. And then start converging on Castle Caelin, though with the troops coming behind us, we may want to be just waiting to deal with them. I wonder how much damage Florina could deal to this guy. Would he come away from the tower? Even though he can move that far, would he actually move at all? That's what I'm really wondering. So with that said, Hector would probably work quite well on this guy. So it's probably going to be what I use. Apart from that though, let's bring the rest of the troops close as possible. Remember that we have to leave a little bit of a gap. Oh no, we don't. Just have to not go any further than Hector. Everyone, move up. We're all ready. Attack positions. Lowen, our man. Get in there. And then keep moving everyone upwards. Lindis, you're never going to get anywhere near your castle, I'm afraid. Actually, wait a second. We can sort that. So if that's as far as Lindis can go, then we'll take her there. And we'll bring her closer to the castle. Using a certain someone. That's a good mechanism, isn't it, after all? And now over here is what we're wondering. So, with Sarah waiting as well, let's see while these horses move. Basically, we want to fight behind us now, so Oswin is going to fight with Javelin in hand. He's going to do some damage. And more horses are going to appear, in fact. Okay. Well, Eliwood's healing up, of course, from the fort. So apart from that, we'll heal our troops up here. We'll gain experience. This might be a little grinding segment at the moment. Because with these guys coming in the back, we've got ourselves a nice setup. They can't reach the tent, they can't climb on the mountain that I know of. So what they can do is just constantly nuke from the back lines with Urk after they bash into Oswin. I think that works quite well for gaining some experience onto one of our casters. Of course, we've got a javelin as well, so what we could do is we could throw javelins to finish these guys off even faster. Get some experience onto Oswin as well. If we had an axe user like Bartra over there right now, we could probably do some nice damage, if you know what I mean. And what level are these troops in general? 3, they're not carrying that much HP. So all that said, I don't think Oswin's going to take any damage. Right, Hector's not within range of reaching. To be honest, we can walk in without much of an issue here. He's got a javelin, has he? So I don't think he's going to do much damage to our troops when he cares to, but let's just keep the horses coming forward. No damage at all. The javelin will finish you. Farewell, that was your foolish mistake. Oswin will start to take some experience, eh? Our 10th guard. He's often left out of the battle, but his function is proved very necessary by what's just happened, if you know what I mean. More horses! How many more are we going to get? That's what I'm wondering. How many turns worth of horse troopers are coming? It's not like Urk's going to dislike this. It's just free experience over here. Give me all of it. Though, mind you, Sarah's not got any healing to be doing. Oh, okay, we missed that one. Which means that's a turn with another enemy up that we'll have to take. Apart from that, Lindis can be dropped in. Do you know what? Let's not use that many movement moves. Let's actually use this neatly. Drop you over here. Apart from that, we could do is we could just send Florina over to back up Oswin as well. Will there be more horses spawning after this point? Well, either way, Oswin has it sorted and he's about to level up, so Urk, you get to it? Okay, they can attack me from 2 different angles now. Not that that's doing too much for them. And that 1 experience we gained nearly tips us over the... More horses! Right then, I never expected this volume of reinforcements. Mind you, if Rebecca could run back quite a bit, I don't know where she's positioned at the moment. She could get some archery going on the guy up from below. And I don't think she's going to do too much damage on the boss after all. So it might be a way to go about things. Okay, not quite close enough there. It's too bad we don't have Ninian or something like that. Right. Oh, we could get a javelin in, however. That deals some damage after all. Well, we're getting our troops back in to attack. So we leave the boss up to make sure that we mop up the experience. As Oswin levels, 10th Guardian. Of course he had to gain more defense. I mean, it's not like anyone can currently do any damage to him. Give him some more defense. Right, 1 HP for you. And will even more horses spawn after this turn? No. Okay, so we found our finite number, if you know what I mean. 4 times the reinforcements going on there. So with that said, Urk can go to work. Continue to gain even more experience. Rebecca can get in on the act as well. The reinforcements are dealt with. Oh, but 1 experience away is never exactly a great thing for us. Right, apart from that, where do we want to go with you, Oswin? Do we want to go straight in here with Florina? I think she could take a little bit more damage than I really want her to take. Do you know what I mean? How far can that horseman go? Well, we could just leave it till next turn. It's never a bad thing that we'll lower our strategy thing for being able to take this many turns, but this way we get the experience and we mop up all the extra experience as well from just attack phases like that on Oswin. he taps little bits of experience. And the rest work on the other stuff. Right then, Urk. One more bombardment. That worked quite nicely for you. So much experience gained in the meantime. Rebecca! Launch over. With a critical hit. To make sure that she grabs the experience as well. So with reinforcements coming from our tent, our luckily defensive position works out very well for us. And with that, we gained ourselves a ton of stats to go with it. And do you know what I forgot to be doing during all of that? The one thing I could have been doing that would have been quite nice for us is just to keep topping up everyone's HP. For valuable Priscilla experience. So with that said, we move onwards to face the boss next episode. We fought off all the remaining troops. We managed to survive against the reinforcements and gain a fair few levels across the party to boot. So join me next time for more Fire Emblem as we retake Castle Caelin. Bye-bye.